everything.
We are live on post Discord and stuff.
Oh yeah. But yeah, let's see what else. Have you messed with the credit metaverse stuff at all?
Yeah. My one of my friends built it. Like worked on the smart contracts. So
sweet.
I find it very, very interesting. Also, like I couldn't believe even for Nova Rally assets, you can get a loan. Like they offered me a loan of 500 wax for a sketch character, and that's pretty good. You need 500 wax the day of a drop, and you could just do it.
Yeah,
it was pretty insane. I didn't think low transaction stuff would work, but it does. It's a really if that was in the height of wax, oh my god, that site would have popped off.
Yeah, it's definitely a really clever concept.
I'm not sure if it's legal.
Yeah, I'm
not sure if anything's legal these days. Fuck, I don't know.
Depends on your jurisdiction, I suppose.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's definitely a cool concept. And they're I've been farming their tokens too on DeFi Box.
You don't hear anyone talk about it too much though. I would have thought it would be bigger of a deal, but I guess there's just not that much big drops happening where you definitely need your wax right now because
it's also kind of a niche thing. Even when there is drops happening, I think not everybody would get into lending services. That's kind of like a power user tool
during the heyday. Can you imagine how much you'd be pawning your entire inventory trying to get the big drops?
I remember there's somebody had made a lending service for Ether mining rigs. Which was a lot more straightforward, where it was they'll give you the Ether on the front end, and then it locks up your rig for the duration that it takes to mint that amount of Ether from the rig.
Was smart.
Which I was that's a cool little service, and definitely makes sense to pay the premium. And then it also made a lot of sense because Ether was used for the crafting, and the crafting was a mint race. So the second somebody came up with a new invention was discovered, you had a limited amount of time until all 400 were minted out. So then it was I'll borrow a bunch of extra Ether against all my rigs so I can use it to craft right now. That was definitely a fun little lending service. So I could see a wax lending one being just as popular for the frenzy of during drops and chasing all that stuff.
It's just cool, isn't it? Just an example of the power of smart contracts.
Yeah,
what you can do just cool stuff, simple stuff like that.
Right, or I like the escrow contract that Mike over at WAXP made. That's cool too. The trickle escrow, where you can be I'll give you 1,000 wax over the next 3 weeks, and then it'll just be claimable, in a linear fashion over 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you could cancel the contract or pull the money up until the end of the duration of it, but you can't pull anything that has already been trickled out, which is kind of I don't know. It's cool, relatively complicated escrow contract, and you just access that stuff for free from your wallet. It's really, I'm a big fan of all this stuff. Get some water.
Thank you for the follow. So I got to send all my tokens over to be able to play this.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Smoke weed every day.
Ooh. I switched over to doing edibles for a minute here, so you don't see me smoking at the moment.
Eat weed every day.
Eating weed every day. I made myself some infused coconut oil. It's quite potent. But yeah, let's see. Are you? You're moving your cars over to your hot wallet. That's what you're doing.
No, I need to move the tokens too. Because without the tokens, I can't race.
Well, I'm sure we'll get into this later, but when is the racetrack sale, and is it still 45? I believe it's 45 million snake oil.
Yes. It'll probably be this week. But I'm probably gonna it's like the charm update is imminent, and then after the charm is all working, we'll make sure that we're selling, like when everything's a bit calm, we'll sell the racetrack pieces because people will be stressing out if the game's not working and they can't buy the pieces. It'll all be carnage. People will be running about. I'll get them pinged left, right, and center. So we're gonna try and do things in this like a structured way. We hit like a couple of back-end issues today, which means I couldn't put it out today, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it is 45 million snake oil, and you can get a racetrack piece.
Oh.
Wait, so do you have to collect multiple pieces to complete it?
No, basically there's 1,000 racetrack pieces that make up around they make up 10 tracks. So you actually own a piece of the racetracks in the game. There's 10 tracks, probably not going to be any more than that for a while. So you will, that's your bit of track. So you'll earn rewards based on stuff happening on that piece of track.
Can I put like advertisements on it and stuff?
We want to do cool stuff like that where you can
nice.
Put, as long as it's not offensive,
yeah,
you can put whatever you want and hopefully earn. But again, I always talk. I spend all my streams talking about like all this stuff, the potential, and like you kind of get too carried away, and you have to just be honest with people and be like, right, yeah, like the system is incredibly complicated. Like,
yeah,
it'll take us a while for you to even open the pack.
Yeah,
yeah. But that's where I love crazy stuff, like more stuff like that, like your own advertising, or like I don't like stuff like maintenance. Like no one wants to pay to fucking fill potholes on their track. Like that's not fun. But that's like a classic trope of NFT games. Like yeah, we'll make them pay for something that they already own. That's a great idea. Like, oh, that's a new sync. That's a new sync for a token. That'll be good. Add that to the model. Oh, that'll take care.
Yeah,
of
I don't enjoy
tokens.
putting gas in my car. I just have to. Doesn't mean I want to.
Yeah, like we're trying to get rid of stuff that you fucking have to do. Like, there's some stuff obviously it makes sense to, but like not every little thing needs to be like, oh, well, it looks like so many people have raced on your track. Got to fill those potholes. Like, no, that's not fun.
Oh, we'll have the neon space S curve, Yeah, we're very similar. I think our ambition outweighs our ability to actually do it sometimes. That we have all these like cool ideas, like, oh man, what if we did this, and then the token did that, and then the sign did this, and then if you collected that, and then we're like, well, I don't think that's even possible right now, but maybe it will eventually. So then we have to like backtrack and we're like, okay, well, if once it catches up, we can do that.
The problem with me is like someone suggests a cool idea, or we come up with a cool idea. We go into meetings and we talk like through technically in great detail about how we could do that and get very excited. And then we realize actually there's like 50 things we need to do before we get to that stage. Like it's about priorities. So like we get excited about the blockchain and what you can do with it, but then it becomes about actually kind of running a game here. We're managing a community, and we need to deliver the features originally promised. So,
damn it.
Yeah, you've been slow and steady, and honestly, it's better that way. Just methodically building and following through on all the things. That's unusual in the space to because I feel like they keep moving the goalposts. A lot of projects, particularly game projects, are okay, well, here's our roadmap, and then they start veering off and then move the goalpost to this other thing, and then the original idea is left in the dust, and that never really happens.
I definitely learned a lot in that. Like, my release scopes are way too big. Like, my eyes are way bigger than my stomach. Like, I think that we can, because of I know where we need to get to, and I try to cram as much into each update. And like that, this one's got delayed because I just kept shoving stuff into the scope, and the developers warned me, and I was like, it'll be fine. Turns out it's not fine. So I'm not going to be doing this again. We're like trying to make it again more incremental updates. So once this update comes out, I'm quite excited because of it. It should be quite regular updates up until the 3D part is released, which I'm very excited for. We're aiming the end of September for that.
Yeah, the videos for that look great.
Oh shit, that's soon too.
I like the art style a lot. It kind of has like a cell shading kind of Wind Waker vibe to me almost.
Yeah, no, I'm very, very excited. I think as well, it'd be nice to do some marketing. I've not done any marketing for like beyond, like I go on a couple of streams. That's not marketing, you know? So like once we have the 3D thing, we have a fully functioning product, and there's a lot of people on all these chains that we need to tell about Nova Rally. I have no idea what it is. So hopefully some of them will be interested.
Yeah, even in our experience, we were at the NFT museum when we did that exhibit, like, you know, it was 100 some odd people that were all, you know, paid $100 to go to this museum. So they're all clearly interested in NFTs, and maybe a handful, like, you know, 4 or 5 actually had Wax wallets, and maybe a couple had, like, on top of that, didn't have wallets but had heard of it. And then the other 90% was just like, I don't know, man. I do Polygon, I do Ethereum, maybe some Solana. I don't know what the fuck Wax is. So, so even when you kind of step outside your bubble, it puts it in perspective, because Wax is a pretty prominent chain. I mean, you got Funko, you got millions of transactions a day, and so you're like, yeah, how could you not know about it? But it puts it in perspective once you take a step back.
Yeah, none of the good stuff seems to matter. But I think like I think all it takes is like if you know if we were talking about this before the stream started, if Wax had that person like the Ethereum does, like that person that everyone worships, like, you know.
Oh yeah, like their own Elon.
Yeah, I mean,
Vitalik,
William Quigley comes across very, very well. Like in the interviews you see him do, but you almost don't see enough of him. I'd love to see more of him. I think he's a very like smart guy.
Yeah, I think Mike from Wax Studios is good for that as well. I mean, he is kind of like a subsection of that. But talking to him, like, he's very well spoken. He has experience in the game development world, and he's like a very down to earth kind of dude. We talked to him about Magic cards for like a good half an hour. It's completely off topic. But so yeah, I mean, I think the more they can get in front of bigger markets, the better.
Yeah, no
We
doubt.
also discuss Sammy's upcoming book, Sammy Snake's Silly Stories, coming soon to bookshelves near you.
I'm not actually writing a book, but like I am writing down funny stories that happen. Like, you wouldn't believe the shit that happens on blockchain behind the scenes. Like, well, I just feel like one day it'll just make a great TV series of, like, you couldn't write this stuff. It's like the funniest sitcom ever. Like the things that happen, like the way some projects are run, it's just like a big clown fiesta.
You get used to it too, and then you like, I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was talking to him about the Mark the Narc sign that we did, and they're like, "Why the fuck is there like a Mark the Narc sign? Do you tell on people a lot?" I'm like, "No." You know, we went on stream. This other guy got banned off of Twitch, and then people thought I got him banned, but it wasn't. But it was funny, so then we did. Well, maybe I'll explain another time. But the whole like Twitch drama, Twitch ecosystem, then I start talking to people. It's like, the nuances of Twitch streaming, I don't think are quite universal.
No.
Yeah. No
TNA
doubt.
has a question. He says, first, do you work out recently, Sammy? You're looking in shape. And second, what is happening in the background with the hundreds of empty packages?
Swole Patrol.
Thank you for massaging my ego. Yeah, I have a personal trainer now that comes to my house because I'm so busy.
Wow.
That I have a home gym and everything. So like one of the things like to continue to be productive, like I need my like mental health to be good, and I've always felt best when I work out. So like it's worth it. It's tiring me out a lot, but hopefully I get back into the swing of things. I've lost like 10 kilos. Like, it's been insane. So, but I always do things in like extremes. So, like right now it's like workout for the extreme, and like right now it's Nova Rally to the extreme. Like eventually, it needs to be some areas, other areas in my life that I like put the same enthusiasm in. The boxes are all like stuff from my flat, like kitchen. I haven't got rid of them yet. But yeah,
it's from a recent move, right?
Yeah, I've just moved to London. I'm really loving it here. But yeah, it's just a nice environment to work in. And yeah, I've felt like been like really head down smashing Nova Rally recently. So I'm very, very excited. So
do you still work a day job, or are you like
Yeah.
all in on Nova Rally?
no, I still have a day job. Like,
Oh, okay.
it just doesn't make sense to take funds away from the company when I can manage it in my spare time.
Yeah, that's true. Then you can just reinvest everything.
Is Mechanic Mastermind still a thing? Yes. Yes, it is. Mechanic Mastermind will be coming in Charm Update Mark II. For people, the long-awaited Mechanic Mastermind. Obviously it's not the most like it's not going to excite you or change WAXP. It's not revolutionary. It's just a little thing that you can do with your charm that you earn. It's little small things to do on the website. So it is definitely still coming. We just decided to pull it from Charm Update 1. It'll be in Charm Update 2. So right now, for people that, just to clarify, if you don't know who I am, I'm Sammy Snake, a founder of Nova Rally, a racing strategy game. You pick a car, you pick 2 characters, you enter to a race. It's simple, right? So we've had a game running for almost a year, and the main feedback was that you don't get anything if you don't win. If you don't win, it seems pointless. So we've added this token-based system where you get a token called Charm, which is used for cosmetics. It's used for entering into game modes like Mechanic Mastermind, where you just basically you try to guess the correct combination of drivers, and you're going to use it to invest in your very own racing team. So I can do a new tour of the New Look website if you would like, and just talk about a bit of the few features that they were meant to come today. To be honest, I'm very sad as well. Like people atting me as well, and I know I hate the feeling of letting people down. So I do apologize. So I was devastated when the developers messaged me like late in the day, basically being like, "It's a no go today." So I can share my screen and talk about what's different.
So is Charm token in play as of now?
It will be tomorrow.
Okay, so that was the update we were talking about. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, yes, thank you for doing that small introduction. We talk to you all the time, so it's glad to rewind it back for anyone new.
But also, as well as like, I feel like maybe people are also getting sick of me because like I'll have been on every WAXP stream almost this week. Saying the same thing. So I know some of us do watch all the same stuff, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you need to listen to me say the same things.
This fucking guy again.
But yeah, if you want me to just start ranting about things, I will. Eventually I can get onto it. And
yeah, we'll get into some good ranting, new content that's fresh here.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the New Look Nova Rally website.
Oh yeah, UI looks a lot cleaner.
Oh hey, that's cool. You can see the comparison to what Lewis was just doing a second ago.
Yeah. So things are streamlined a bit. There are some things like that. What used to be you had to go to external websites, Van's external community tool to like see who's in the queue also waiting for a race. Like we've added some of that stuff to our own website. And again, things are looking a little bit more lively in terms of like it looks a little bit more like a game. Like we're gonna improve it a lot for when the 3D update comes, but again, so some of this UI stuff was designed a long time ago, so it was meant to be a quick improvement on our current website, and we ended up basically. Well, I ended up inserting too much content into this update, and it never got released. So people are just seeing the new UI now. So you can see how much is in the current pool of Charm. And we're going to be adding more information like tooltips to help people who are new to the game understand. But basically, like you probably want to do more races when the pool size is higher, if you get more Charm.
Okay.
And the main thing that you want to do with the Charm is the Super Circuit. So the Super Circuit is a virtual racing league. You imagine you own shares in Mercedes-Benz or Ferrari and Formula One. You make decisions in a decentralized racing team. Like you vote on decisions with your teammates. And there's 4 teams to start off with, which you can buy shares in for the in-game token Charm. So you can either sell your charm on Alcor, or you can invest it into one of these teams. So strategy is like kind of like which drivers you want to hire, which weapons you want on your cars, and then you tune in on maybe on a Sunday or on a weekend or a few times a week, and you watch these big hyped up races with full commentary and production visuals, just like you're watching an esport almost.
Ooh, love it.
And then if your team wins, what's the payout for? Do you get like back double the charm, or is it like NFT like sort of deal?
There'll be special NFTs. There'll probably be potentially some charm based rewards. We're going to try different things. It's very much this is going to be an experiment, to be honest. We don't know how it's going to go because no one's ever done this before. So, but again, there's 4 teams, and you can come, and they get more expensive as the tiers. So there's 100 shares in each tier, and they cost this much charm. So after 100 are gone, they become more expensive. So there's 4,000 shares in total, 1,000 for each team.
So are you like hiring like a voice actor? Or are you guys doing this all internally, like for the commentary?
So I am quite interested in doing the commentary. There's a few other people in the community that want to do. I just want lots of guest people, to be honest.
You should definitely have BDAO do it.
Yes. I said to him that he could commentate one of the first races.
Oh, that'd be funny too. Yeah, you kind of have like a recurring cast of known WAXP people too. Would be kind of fun.
Yeah. But also it gives an opportunity to invite some people from other like popular streamers or YouTubers to like. It's good content for them trying out commentating, and it's something quite visual and fun. So it's free advertisement for us, or maybe we sponsor the streamer to come do it. Who knows? But I think it's a very fun way to bridge that gap between communities. So like the Super Circuit's going to be, on one hand, it's a competitive game. There's going to be lots of strategy, lots of fun to it, but also it acts as a marketing tool to get the name out there. I think people that don't necessarily know anything about the game, that we want, why are 500 people watching this? What's this Nova Rally thing that 500 people are watching? I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I want to tap into people that watch marble races and die-cast racing and all this stupid stuff people watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
And people just sit and watch Z-Run races all day long.
Yeah, maybe you'll end up on ESPN The Ocho coming up soon.
That would be awesome.
Right.
So yeah. So we've had a. Sorry, what was your question?
So you'll pick a team and then like kind of like bet your charm token on that team for the week, or for the how often do you get to readjust? Like, can I jump ship on my team and just jump onto a different team if I feel like my team's letting me down?
Well, you can activate like one set of shares like at once, so you could have to choose a team which you're committed to.
We call that a fair weather fan, Max.
Yeah.
You can't fair weather, huh?
Yeah, so you need to make some commitment. But basically you contribute your charm to the budget of the team when it's out, and then there's like a salary cap so that no one gets too far ahead, and the system is meant to be balanced so that if you are continually losing, it becomes a bit easier for you on the next week. So it's like a dynamic difficulty that we're working on, where at the end of the day, what we want is entertainment. We want strategy, and we want entertainment. So it's going to be an experiment, which is why we're just using the charm that you earn for racing. You're not buying any NFTs for this. You're not spending lots of money. We just want people that are invested in the game to help us trial watch. I think it could be something that sets us apart from other games, because we have this racing league. We have all this almost like this universe that people are invested in. Like there could be some like Valax drama where the top shareholder just burns all his shares. Like who knows what happens?
Yeah, I like the fanfare around it too. It gives an easy way for like organic community building. Mm-hmm. People, it's really fun to like root for a sports team or like feel you're kind of invested in those things. I guess eventually maybe you can even do like merch or something too, like put on your team's hat or whatever, or wear
There's stuff I want to do where if if your team decides to vote to start a merchandise brand, we could like allocate a percentage of the sales of that merchandise to the shareholders. Like there's all sorts of cool stuff we could do if it gets big enough. Obviously, it's pointless if like no one's watching, but if it does get big, then we're going to do all sorts of crazy stuff. Like you could maybe do another share offering if you want to get more people in your team. Like you can vote on all sorts of stuff. So it is a proper, and I hate the word DAO because people don't understand it, but it is a proper decentralized organization. But I'm kind of teaching people about DAOs through phrasing it as a racing team. People understand the racing team, and they may be familiar with like Mercedes making decisions. So I think that way they're not even going to really understand the term DAO. It's just going to happen in the background. But
you don't have to call it DAO, but it acts in the same way.
Yeah.
And so all of those things are smart contract driven as well.
Yeah,
those shareholder voting and executing those sorts of profit sharing or whatever is all governed by a smart contract.
Yeah.
Oh wow, nice.
Are the shares NFTs or like tokens, or
the shares are NFTs?
Oh, nice.
Like per 100 or something.
So you can get them in 1, 5, 50, and 100.
Interesting.
So based on how many shares that you buy in here, so if I put in a 15, then I'm probably going to get 5. 5, 5, and 5. So 3 5 share NFTs.
Yeah, I like that they're sold in Charm too.
Yeah, so this is the main Charm sync. Now, if people aren't interested in this idea, obviously it's a big risk, because this is the main Charm sync at this moment in time. So until these other features are available, like you've really got to believe in what we're doing. But I feel like the based on talking to the people who have the most amount of assets and race the most, all of them have given me pretty positive feedback about the Super Circuit. So I'm excited to see which teams that they align themselves with.
We had some questions here. I wanted to wait till you finish your chain of thought there, but let's see. 3 questions. Are the wins we have now going to count towards promotion points?
The wins that you have now, are they going to count towards promotion points? I don't think automatically that they will do. So you kind of want to get stuff promoted now, otherwise you're going to be starting in that tier again.
Okay, so that's going to restart with the Charm update?
You'll still see the number of wins, but I don't think automatically you will see how many you won't have the equivalent promotion points to how many wins you have. So everyone's starting from as if they've just been promoted technically, because it's a new system. So
I see.
It's not ideal, but and maybe it's something we can look at. But to be honest, like when I say these things, like yeah, maybe we can do it, and then I get asked every week about it, and there's just so much stuff we need to do at the end of the day. Like we're trying to put out the 3D release by the end of September, so it's trying to balance all these spinning plates at the moment is a it's a hard task.
Let's see. Number 2, is it 1 fuel per league now, or will it stay the same? I guess
it's 1 fuel per league.
Okay, and then let's see. Last time, will we have enough time to figure out if we want to scrap before it's live?
You have plenty of time to figure out we want to scrap. There is no rush for you to scrap because other than the racetrack pieces that we're going to be selling for scrap initially, there's not too much else that we are selling for scrap because we're still implementing the weapon system. It doesn't make sense for me to I went a bit crazy with the weapons, to be honest. Like there's 32 modeled weapons. 32. So now does it make sense to put all 32 in the game at once and try to get that in the 3D update? No, no. So we're taking our time with the weapons to make sure it's done right. So, but there's the incentive right now to scrap will be some of the racetrack pieces that are reserved back for scrapping. But
Can you go over the scrap concept? That's relatively new to me.
So there's a lot of assets in Nova Rally, too many assets. So essentially what the main plan is to offer weapons, which is going to be a core part of the game, completely for scrap. So we're not going to sell them as NFTs. It's going to be based on burning assets that you're not using. And that's a way of not, dealing with the amount of NFTs, like providing some value. So, for people that have lots of assets and they can burn them, and some people that to get these initial weapons, they're going to have to buy from the people that have got the scrap that got them. So,
okay, so you get the scrap token for burning the NFTs, say your duplicates or whatever, and then the scrap buys the weapons, which is to be implemented, of which there are 32 weapons that may or may not be released all at one time.
Yeah, so I don't know how many weapons. Like, I would imagine we're going to keep it very simple with weapons at first, and we'll build it up. But yeah, it's crazy. I have 32 fully modeled weapons. That was a fucking stupid idea. Just going again, an example of me getting too excited and not thinking about, well, how do we balance 32
biting
weapons?
off more than you can chew.
Bad enough, it's the same thing. Like, why is there 21 characters in Nova Rally and 10 cars? Like, for a first ever blockchain game we ever made, why did I pick 21? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're the only one doing it. You could have put 3 and still been the only.
Why not? Why don't I just do 3 and then work on the balance, or put 5, 21? What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Again, I've learned a lot through this process. Is that sometimes being creative is not necessarily a good thing. Sometimes you need to just stem it and go, right, get this working with the bare minimum, and then go wild. I'd go wild first, and then work out how we're going to make it happen. And so I'm changing my philosophy recently.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to pull you off track here, but yeah. Was there other stuff you wanted to show off on the new?
So we have an integrated battle pass now.
Ooh, I love battle passes.
So it should work seamlessly. I say it as everything is stuck on loading.
What can you pay for the battle pass in? Is it in Snake Oil or Charm or?
Everyone gets the free pass, and then there's the Nova Pass, which is Charm, which you can buy, which will have premium cosmetics that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. Similar to most, we're following a lot of what already works. The unique thing for us is that these challenges should automatically complete as soon as races finish. So the technology behind this on WAXP is pretty nice, because there's been different attempts at how to do a battle pass, and we've got this event-based system where it gives us a lot of potential to do crazy stuff in the future with quests. But right now, the quests are pretty boring, right? I'm not going to lie. They are quite boring. Complete races, score points with ooze, promote a character, simple stuff. Because there's not masses other than that what we can use transaction-wise. But when the 3D is out, it's ram 50 people. Blow up 10 people, taunt, 10 times. All these things are things that we can pick out from our smart contract and immediately complete them in our battle pass system. So this is another little module that we've got that serves us well for the future, and it's a really cool system. And again, you're going to get exclusive cosmetics. The challenges are going to change from week to week. And but it's very much a test, to be honest.
So is the 3D playable? So blowing up and ramming people and stuff, is there going to be some sort of input from the player, or is it all simulated still? Right?
It's all simulated. However, there is some stuff that I want to.
Could you do a Twitch integration or something, like Grubfish or something?
So that's one of the things we do have planned, amongst many other things, is we're going to have our own integrated Twitch races. But I don't know when we're going to do that. I can just quickly pull up some screenshots of.
But I guess for quests like that, you would just run enough races where just naturally through the simulation you would ram into people, your weapons would do certain things.
Yes, and it's about playstyle. Like the characters that you pick will have different stats.
I see what you're saying. So encourages you to mix up your driver mix.
Yeah. Really, I want people to be able to drive exactly how they want.
Okay, yeah, and I like that too because it kind of plays into the characters too, because the characters are really cool and the artwork and the style of the characters are very unique. So then you can kind of get to know. It's like, okay, well, you know, I know Dilly likes to ram, and then I know Sammy Snake likes to, use this weapon, and then you can play around with that.
Yeah, so there's
I see.
So let me just see. Okay, so let me just share another screen. And I can share kind of how the strategy is going to look in the 3D one.
And you said right now the kind of tentative target launch is end of September for the 3D.
End of September for the 3D, but again, I'm going to change the approach. In that, we're always like taking ages trying to make things perfect, and we're gonna put out a version of the 3D and get people using it and giving feedback rather than me saying like, oh, we're delayed again. So I'm not doing that anymore. So
Gotcha.
When in doubt, 2 weeks.
Everything's 2 weeks away. So it will never leave. That meme will never leave me. At first I thought it was unjustified. Now, like, I have very much accepted that there are things, the way that I run the project, which have got to change, and that's why I'm changing them. So, but yeah, so I'm excited for that. Okay, so let me share the window. Let's share this one. Okay. So this here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit because it's a bit small. Better. No, I'm zooming in on the wrong one.
There it is.
Okie doke. So the 3D races I'm going to show a video of in a minute, but the main difference is the race log. So you can see all of the things that have happened in the race. So people have died, people have crashed, people have rammed. So you can see exactly how fast and how much health he had at every single segment of track. It's almost like too much information, I'll be honest. But I like to go from one extreme to the other. So right now in Nova Rally, you have no idea how it works. You literally have no idea. There's no feedback. And then people think that it's boring. Now we're being like, fuck it. You can have everything. Literally, we can tell you exactly how the whole system works, and we'll just fire information at you. And you can see on every single little piece of track what your character was doing, and see if you can come up with a way of, like, if they keep crashing on that corner, why are they crashing on that corner? Are you using your boost in the wrong position? Are you using the wrong characters? Are you using the wrong car? Using the wrong weapon? Like, are there, like, do you have daddy issues? Like, what's the reason that that you keep failing on this corner? Like, who knows? So we're going to give a lot of information and hopefully make it more of a strategy game rather than a proof of concept. Because right now it feels like a proof of concept.
Yeah, so, you give people enough to nerd out on, they'll do it.
Exactly. So we're going crazy. But the thing is, we're not just doing this for the fun of it. We're doing it because it helps build a much more entertaining race. And it's very easy for us to visualize what happens in the race because everything is a collection of events calculated on the blockchain. So you can prove that it's fair. So we haven't just made up a result. Like, you can see exactly how it works, and you can click on each of these icons and you can see what happened. So, and this is what we're building up to. So, I'm just going to share another one.
Would you be able to slide that, like, time slider, and then all the stats are just changing as wherever I'm, like, that's kind of like how I imagined that last image.
Like each timestamp would have like a set of data points.
Like that slider, I could slide it, and then like all those like stats are just changing based on where the slider is.
Yeah, so it's a full timeline. So here you can see an example of the health loss in a ram and the speed in the collision. So it's incredibly detailed. So it might be too much, but basically this information you don't have to look at. If you want to, just watch the nice little 3D replay. So it's about making something that's accessible to people, but then also making a compelling strategy game. So we've been working a long time on this, and I'm hoping that it will be. I like to do things the hard way, so I'm hoping that it'll be worth all this effort, because I could have just half-arsed it and just done the bare minimum of a racing game in equivalent of mining, and no, I don't want to do that. I want to do something that people are not doing. So I could Zed Run don't go down to this level of detail, so I want to be doing what our competitors are not doing.
Yeah, Zed Run's I mean, it looks cool, but they're just running in a straight line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
it's fun for a couple races. I like that it's aesthetically kind of cool, but it definitely loses its luster pretty quick. So if you can take that same concept and just make it better, that's a very intelligent idea.
Yeah,
really
so no race
play
is going to be the same, but not everyone's going to watch every race. Maybe they will get bored, but we're going to try and make it as entertaining as possible. And the guys from Reality Boffins are literally geniuses. They do a fantastic job with it. So let me just see if I can share a video for people that have not seen the 3D footage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real quick, in the meantime, are you phasing out snake oil, or is snake oil still going to be used to enter races, or are you going to a full charm economy, charm and scrap?
Fuel will always be used.
Okay, so the snake
there's
oil.
no plans to get rid of it at this time.
Okay.
So here's an example of our 3D engine. It has live split times and updating of standings, rewinding, fast forwarding. You can change your camera. Basically, no one could give us a straight answer on what they really wanted in the roundtables, so we thought, fuck it, we'll give them everything.
Even the animations of the leaderboard, I think, is a nice little visual touch too.
So there's going to be a mini map. There's going to be so much, again, it's up to you guys, the players, on what they on what they want.
This is where you get a named wallet too. You don't just want your .wham on there. You need to have a named wallet, because then you'll really show off.
Yeah. So Rax had a nice idea for actually number plates, so that you can have your Nova Rally username. Maybe you buy it for charm or something. Just a little thing, and just like people secure nice number plates in real life, it would be cool. That's an idea I like, and that could be your in-game name. I love that idea. But the speed and the power is coming through live. People this is a huge technical accomplishment. That they've managed to do. The Reality Boffins guys are literally geniuses, and now it becomes about, how do we turn this into a polished product that people are desperate to watch races and sharing them on TikTok.
I'm seeing that. Okay, you see the power and the speed and the traction or whatever kind of ebb and flow at different parts of the track.
Yeah. So there's going to be
this does seem like really good content creation for sure, because if you're a streamer, this blows our marbles out of the water, right? So and there's a huge contingent of people that really enjoy that.
One thing I think would be really useful as a streamer is, I know we kind of talked to, I think months ago, but if you can partner with specific streamers to do join codes, so you can get people watching your stream to join, then people can participate in the race with the streamer, which I know that could be exploitable, you said, so you'd have to look into it. But I know we have people watching that if we're going to be showing races, they'd like to see their own cars in the race racing against us. And I think that could be a really good way to engage with the community for streamers, if you can set up a way to have private races, I guess, but maybe only with select partners. So it's not being exploited by somebody entering their own race with 10 accounts.
So yeah, I definitely agree with you because you're kind of doing my job for me and you're teaching people how to play the game and get started when you show it on stream. So giving back and giving you the tools to enjoy it with your viewers is a good thing. So I'm open to this sort of stuff where, you know, if you want to just do your own private races, then, you know, be my guest. Like maybe there won't be any charm reward, but then who cares? You're doing it for fun.
I think you could even do a thing where, like, I guess we could just figure it out, but like even if you like put up a smart contract, you could like give away an NFT for whoever won the race. Like we give away our NFTs as the reward for whoever wins our private races instead of like being within your internal system.
Yeah, I mean, we could just you know, trigger something that calls a smart contract to deliver them an NFT. They could have the NFT delivered into their in-game prizes. Like we already have that functionality. So
yeah, that'd be super dope. We'd definitely be interested in that.
So what we're looking at right now is what you're looking to release, ideally end of September.
Yes. So
wow,
I think
that's a huge leap forward.
And maybe it won't be to the like the, you know, what I showed you on the race event log and the diagram, like getting down to that level of detail. Like that's probably not going to make it end of September. Bearing in mind our new strategy is to release the 3D engine and go from there. So like we're going to do our best to get this out and get feedback on it and get people racing, get people Twitch racing. So
yeah, I'm just really impressed. Like this is a major leap forward to so to hear that's, you know, a month or two away is pretty wild. So I'm really impressed what you've all accomplished.
I'm not exactly sure what this question means, but maybe you know any info on the end of season Nova Rally?
Yes, so technically, like
the Nova Rally.
The first season, the end of the first season, there's meant to be a world championship for everyone that won the Death Rally. So we're probably going to host it and do a big event on Twitch in the new race engine. Yeah, so there's loads of stuff we want to do, like drag races. Like we want to do like a gravity-based race where all the cars, just like a very easy Twitch setup. You get people entered. They don't even need a wallet or anything. They just use their Twitch and just enter. Like the more fun stuff we can do, and because we kind of want to make Nova Rally like a known brand. And the way to do that is to give streamers a great way to entertain their viewers. So there's going to be lots of Twitch stuff.
No, that's something that we desperately need on WAXP as streamers, because it's like, hey, do you want to watch me play this game where I just click and then nothing happens for like it's like, and then I just wait an hour. That's the entire game. It's like not really good content to stream as far as like people don't want to watch that. But I do think Nova Rally will be big. I'm gonna play this trailer because I like it, the kind of like fast cuts, which I'm sure some of this stuff is outdated by now because this is old, but.
Mayday, going down.
Oh, it's got Sammy Days again. I've got you guys.
September's still summer, kind of.
Yeah, it's not Labor Day yet. Well, Lewis should make the song for the next trailer.
Hey, I'll take it. Like
I'm just selling Lewis's musicianship for him.
We have a
I'll have Lewis do free stuff for you.
We have the creator revenue smart contract now. So if you submit a cosmetic or a song to our game, every time it sells on secondary market, you get a percentage of the revenue. So
speaking of, I have this pulled up.
This is what I want to see. I want to see, people really get their brands and become part of the Nova Rally universe, because we kind of all come up on Wax together. So I want Nova Rally to be to celebrate all these great communities.
Yeah.
Plus, you guys can earn money. Hey, through the power of smart contracts.
Max made this
really
sweet car skin.
It looks beautiful.
You can.
Somebody suggested we should put something brighter on top, though. They're like, we want really bright colors on the top of our cars, so we can see it stand out when it's racing with other people.
Oh, smart! Yeah, you could probably brighten up the spoiler or something instead of black. You can see the back end of the car really easily.
Yeah, I think the spoiler I can do that. Right now, there's like a material on it too, like that green in the front too is not actually green. That's like it's like a chrome or something. It's like a material matte that didn't show up in this GL.
So render. Cosmetics like this you would buy with scrap or buy with charm, or
we could either sell them for wax. Most likely probably for charm, and I want monthly creator packs where the community submits their designs, they make it to the creator pack, and then they make money on the secondary market revenue. That's kind of the model I kind of want, kind of taking it from what Steam did with Dota 2 and Team Fortress. So we've replicated it on Wax with our smart contracts.
Yeah, I like that. So the smart contract will say we'll be able to know that even though this is a Nova Rally asset, it would revenue share to a wallet of the collaborating creator. Is that the idea?
Yeah, so we have this thing called the creator portal. You log in and it shows you all of your templates, and it shows you how many times that they've been sold on secondary market and how much you've earned in total, and then how much is left to claim. So all of this stuff is ready and ready to be used. It's just it's on a big pile of stuff I need to rummage through.
Yeah, that's really smart. I mean, collaborations are such a big part of the space, but there's not an easy way to revenue share in that way, that even if you wanted to be fair, the tools aren't very well done in that way, because if it lives under your collection versus another, then technically you're getting all the royalties, and then you would have to, in good faith, share that with whatever agreement you had.
Yeah, so we have a 25% share of secondary market revenue to the creator, or you can negotiate maybe you can feel free to negotiate with me what you feel is fair.
100%.
Maybe, but so maybe some people will want less and they'll want actually some payment if they put a lot of work to it. That's fine. I'm open to that. If people are creating high quality cosmetics, I'm happy to pay for them. But then I'll maybe be sneaky and be like, everyone's going to want this, so you can have a lower secondary market revenue share.
Edward asks, can you give some color to the lights? Like, could we make our lights purple on our cars instead of yellow or whatever they are?
That would be a cosmetic base, probably.
Yeah, that would be. I'd have to ask, someone about how they're because that's not part of the UV map. So I was making a UV map for basically how the color of the car is, but to make the lights, that's like a secondary.
We could probably reach out to Rob though and make it happen.
Oh yeah, I mean, it would probably be an additional NFT that people would have to own for the lights, just because of the way that our cosmetic system works out. Because this is what you've done here is classed as a car wrap, and then maybe the other bit would be classed as the lights. So we have these schemas with all the different ones.
I think it'd be sick if we had neon, not only the front headlights, but you could make an underglow, a neon glow around the car.
I'd love to have
it on the trim of the bottom or something. Yeah,
I'd love to have a fucking underglow for my neon whip.
So
as the kids say these days.
Yeah.
When the 3D launches, are there going to be weapons on launch? I know you said you might roll them out slowly, but on day one, are you expecting weapons, or is that going to be implemented at a later date?
We'll do it. We'll build things up. 3D launch will come. There'll be races. There'll be race replays. There'll be cosmetics. There'll be the revenue share. All and then we'll add features as we go, rather than me trying to shoot for the moon. So we've got quite a lot of irons in the fire, but again, you got to go through a whole balancing system. Got to do all the animations and things. So yeah, but I'm excited for the I hope people are showing off. If there are big Neon Space fans, like I want to see you in the race, like styling on people, with the Neon Space car skin. Like that's, again, it's representing the community, also expressing yourself in the game. So I'm very much excited to see how people take to the cosmetics.
Yeah, if you put out quality cosmetics, people will want to show it off. I think the key is is the cosmetic quality, and is there a proper scarcity? If everyone everyone has the Neon Space one, then you don't really want to flex it. But if it's hard to get, or there's a relatively small amount of it, then you're like, yeah, I definitely mess around with Neon Space and Nova Rally.
So I saw a question: was machinations used to help with the charm economy? Yes, we have a fully functioning. It's a massive Goliath of a model behind calculating how much charm is in the pool at one time, how much charm we expect people to spend per day. We've kind of almost maxed out the machinations processing power. Like the model crashes a lot, so I'd love to show it more on stream, but we're trying to make it more efficient. But yeah, everything about the economy was built up through the model, and hopefully we'll be marked with a sustainable economy badge by machinations. But it's been a pleasure working with them.
For the track piece sale, I mean, you may not. I mean, obviously that's after this charm update. So, but for the track piece sale, is there a whitelist or some sort of, if there's only 1,000 pieces, or how would that sale work? And is 45 million snake oil the cost that I keep seeing people throw around?
Yeah, at this moment in time, there's not a whitelist specifically, based on the fact that not all the track pieces I don't think could be bought at once anyway. If we do some more analysis and we find, all these track pieces are going to go, and we need to make it fair, then we'll introduce the whitelist. It probably won't take us too long to do that. It's just, I always say that, and there's a million things we're doing at the moment.
You said some will be sold for scrap too as well, right?
Yeah.
What's the percentage? How many are being sold for snake oil? How many are being sold for scrap?
I think it's 500. No, hang on a sec. Bollocks! I've forgotten the numbers. Rax probably knows more than me. That's how sad it is. I will see if Rax puts it in the chat. How bad is that? Forgotten the numbers of
Takes
my
a
own
village
game
or something.
Because Rax messaged me literally every day about it. I do read them all. I know I don't respond all the time, but I do read all your messages, and I do take them into consideration. But yeah, I get every morning I get a big Rax delivery of information. He's the biggest. He's the biggest. He's got enough for 55 track pieces. Enough snake oil for 55.
I think if we combine forces, we could probably Neon Space buy one. I have about 10 million snake oil.
I've got 17 million snake oil.
So I think between now and then,
10 as well,
we could probably combine forces and buy our Neon Space corner.
Another question is, when you implement new tracks in the future, will there be new track pieces? Because I know we kind of been talking behind the scenes about potentially making a Neon Space track at some point. If you were to introduce that after the game is released, would there be new track pieces for that? Or would those be included somehow in the already existing pieces?
There would need to be new track pieces, and we would need to decide how they would be distributed, because obviously, you've created the track, and it's a partnership, and it's up to you, how you think best to distribute it. But we're probably not going to be taking in there's not going to be another 50 tracks that pop up just after we've made people buy all these tracks. So, for the there may be special event tracks that pop up, but the core tracks are these ones that we're selling the pieces of.
For sure. I'm always a fan of distributing our stuff for in-game tokens too. Maybe a charm sale or something. Is that what I don't know if answered this and I missed it, but is that what you buy like stuff from the in-game store with? Is charm? Is that can be used to buy like cosmetics and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully the cosmetics will be one of the reasons that the charm token stays valuable, because if the creator packs are being produced every month and our own special cosmetics, then and we don't overload the supply of them so that they do have a value, then you can buy the packs for the charm and you can open them. Some stuff will come through battle passes, which again you pay charm for. So cosmetics are central to the economy because it doesn't hurt anyone. You're completely free to not use any cosmetics, and you're obviously at no disadvantage. So it's just a nice way of basically keeping the game's economy running based on the fact that people are having fun. So the whole point of Nova Rally is people need to have fun. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So hopefully people will be having fun watching the races. They'll want to add stuff to their cars and mock other people and use stupid emotes and do stupid dances on the podium and, just have fun. And again, I don't really want to charge people like hundreds of dollars for skins. I'd rather it grows organically. If people and if we can sell as much content for charm as possible, then that's great.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to roll out. You're saying you don't have all the maps done for the cars yet for us making skins, but that almost work out with what you're trying to do. Like, I feel like we could do like one map a month for like, a year or however long it takes to do all the cars, and that would be cool. Like a slow release of neon skins, or even add them to the battle pass or something. I'm not sure what we do with them, but
yeah,
I like the idea of like rolling them out over time rather than release all of them at once.
Make them available to people, and like that would be kind of funny, right? If Nova Rally becomes very popular and like the neon space skins, that they look really good and they're hard to get, and like it's almost like they have this like neon space brand within Nova Rally. Like people are like, whoa, that guy's got a neon space skin. Like that's pretty cool. Like it's a cool concept.
Like the OGs will know, oh, this was the December 2022 neon space skin that you could only get that month, and like I was playing back then, so I unlocked it. And like I always think that's cool. And like when I play Overwatch or like I play Blancos a lot, if I see somebody with the Make Love Not War helmet, I'm like, they were there in the very first season, so this person's like an OG and they're probably pretty good. Like it's like just having that skin like gives you history on the player. Conedog asks, are there any plans for charm to be added to Taco Swap or DeFi Box for LP rewards to help with liquidity?
We can certainly consider it. Whatever we can get to help the price of the token, or mainly just help liquidity, I'm interested in. But the priority for me is the game being fun, and I believe that if the game is fun, the liquidity will be there because there'll be people like buying charm and selling charm because other people want it for cosmetics, and so I'm hoping that it will naturally develop, but we'll see.
I think Taco's a pretty good option for that. Tacos, like
I'm not sure how it works though, because of like they have their own racing game, so I don't know if there's any like. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind collaborating with them, but I don't know if it would be awkward for them. Like
I don't think it's totally competition, because as of now they're doing a racing game, but their intent is to make their game a 3D controllable game where you're controlling the car. So it's like not even the same style racing game. That, and also Taco Racers is a community made. Taco Racers is not made by the Taco team. It's made by a community using their token. But I don't know, anybody literally can incentivize a pool on Taco Swap. Like I can go make a pool for Neon and Wax and then have it drop Neon to people, so you don't even necessarily like, I don't know. I think anybody could do it, but the only issue with that is if like you're incentivizing your own pool with your own token, you could be inflating your own token by giving it out as a reward. So like balancing that is a little tricky, of not giving too much rewards, because if you have crazy APY, people just dump it and like hop in for the ROI, but then giving enough that people want to hop in and make it worth their time to supply liquidity with impermanent loss.
Yeah,
definitely a balance there, but I do think that would be a good idea. Even looking at like Snake Oil, I was looking to buy like enough to get a racetrack, and I was like,
there's not enough liquidity
if you try to buy like 45 million at once, and like incentivizing liquidity pool would make that more functional.
So these are some of the problems that we have based, but by not incentivizing that. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit rough, I think, when the racetrack sale happens, where people are maybe like, oh, I kind of want to get one more racetrack, and they're going to get hammered by the slippage. And
honestly, even with the slippage, it's not that expensive. For like I think 300 wax ish, you can get enough or get pretty close to enough to getting a racetrack. Which
so was that what Rax was saying, that there's about 661 wallets that have 45 million? Is that the idea, that there's potentially 661 people that could afford it out of 1,000 total?
Yeah,
currently.
So not all 1,000 are on sale for snake oil, right? Aren't some of those being reserved for scrap? So it might get sweaty, basically.
Yeah, it's 45 million is about 300 wax with 9% more or less slippage.
But yeah, like to be honest, like if it gets down to there's a huge outrage about the pieces, like it's like one extra track and keeping everyone happy, like the end of the world. No, so like if it gets down to a point, like obviously I'm not going to add like 10, but like if there's one more track that needs to be added, then we can do that.
So you'll probably get one if you have 45 million snake oil.
Most likely. I mean, how many people are really active at the moment on Wax? Probably forgot.
That's true.
Probably people that have 45 million that are not active. If you look at like our planet, there's people who have like hundreds of millions of Aether that they haven't claimed, and it's just gonna get burned because they don't even know like the new claim system exists. So there's definitely people that just like set and forget and don't know what's going on for sure.
I mean, we are going to try and contact people and people who have chosen to share their information with us to try and like let them know, like, hey, this is happening, because I don't want them to come back and be annoyed. But yeah, owning a racetrack piece will be fun. I don't think anyone's really cracked land yet, so it's a challenge, and I love a challenge. I think lots of people have really failed in really, doing anything interesting with land when it comes to these NFT games.
Yeah, the idea is always just kind of like land gets you passive something,
Well, and it basically fleeces other players to give you value back.
Yeah.
Basically. So, which I don't think is a good long-term model.
Yeah, it hasn't really.
But then, how about if the game is very popular and Monster Energy are advertising with us, and the billboard is on your segment of track? You're entitled to some of that income. That seems natural to me.
Yeah.
That seems like a better way of doing things, because like the whole point is to get people playing the game. And when people are playing the game, then we've got something really valuable. We can sell advertising, and that helps make the game sustainable, because we can pass some of that revenue on to the people that own the land. We can invest the money that we make through advertising into making the game better. Like there's so much potential, and like I do a lot of stuff in measuring retention time and time spent on our website at the moment, and I can't wait for that number to skyrocket because people are watching the races, because that retention time, that means a whole lot more when it comes to advertising revenue. If we've got all of these people watching these races, then we've got a viable proposition for these brands, and that's what that helps us as a business make money, which kind of solves the problem. Like, why the fuck we need to sell anything anymore? Why do we need to make NFT sales every couple of months? Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Make the game sustainable, and so many people play it. The advertising can pay for all that stuff, and that could be passed down to the people that own the track pieces. That's where I want to go. I want Nova Rally to be a much more sustainable business. Like me having to drop NFTs. I mean, by the way, we've got a sale coming up September 1st. Please buy our NFTs. But like, that's not where we want to go. The whole point of it is, as a business, it's got to be sustainable. Otherwise, it's not going to work. How long can we keep selling new NFTs for? Like, I mean, there will obviously be more characters, but like Dota 2 and League of Legends, how much they got? Like 140 characters. You're going to build loads of bloating. Imagine me balancing 140 Nova Rally characters. Like, wow.
Yeah, and that's what you were talking about before the stream, was just kind of like a lot of these NFT projects are not designed in a way to be sustainable or designed in a way to be an intelligent and successful business. And they may make money now, but it's just there isn't a lot of thought process there. And if you need to keep crowdsourcing money to exist, by basically saturating your NFT market. Now that may be worthwhile depending on what your project is, but for the most part, scarcity adds value to pretty much any use case in NFTs, in my opinion. So just flooding the market to try and stay afloat, you're gonna run out eventually, and it's not a smart business.
Yeah, and that's why one of the features coming in the Charm update number 2, greatly titled, is that you can buy a starter pack, right, from us. However, it is not brand new minted assets. It is actually bought from people selling on secondary market. So we're encouraging people to get into the game through actually buying people who don't want their assets anymore. And therefore, we'll just happily take a cut of the secondary market revenue. We won't just continue to pump new NFTs into the market. It's already enough NFTs. So that's, again, I'm banking on a healthy secondary market. It's free advertising, right? If you're top of Atomic Hub every day, people are going to buy your shit. Like, so that's what we're designing it to do. If we want to get a new player into Nova Rally, don't buy some like assets and we end up with millions of assets. Buy from someone else that doesn't want to play anymore. But you can use our website and we'll recommend what you need to get started, and you won't even know. And it'll just do it all the background. Bam, 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 bam. It'll show you what your basket is, like you're checking out on a website, and then bam, you got your NFTs to get started. We'll throw you some fuel so you can get started right away. Here's
a question. Will you have like Lou and I have been playing Counter-Strike lately. So like if you win, could you have like a cosmetic like song so it plays your little clip of a song when you win?
Yeah.
Like the flashbang.
Flash pudding.
So right, we have
our creator. We could sell clips as well as part of that.
Yeah, so we have our music tape NFTs to begin with that you're going to be able to equip and play on the podium. And then again, like if you want to make voice clips, as long as it's not doing any harm and it's not offensive, then people want their voice clips in, and as long as it's not griefing. Like I'm not going to accept anything that's just literally screaming or like someone reading like the Bible like for like 20 minutes. Like
but that would be like a cosmetic NFT that you would own, and that would play into it. Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, and again, same thing. That template gets assigned against your user in our revenue share contract, and you're earning money every time someone buys it on secondary market. It's about building an ecosystem.
Yeah, and you're building value. You're building value for partnerships. You're building value for advertising. You're building value for players, and then you don't have to rely on NFT sales to, have a successful business.
That's the idea, anyway.
Smart. You build the foundation that'll grow it from the ground up.
What is on sale in September? You said you have a sale in September. What's that about?
Yes, so we are selling cosmetics. We're selling character skins. We're selling some initial designs or decals or decals for the cars. We're selling the second volume of music tapes produced by Super Dope, if you know him. And we're also selling emotes. So when you pass someone or crash into someone, it can show like a big angry Sammy Snake or something like. So those are our first attempts at as cosmetics. Again, we're going to test what the demand for the cosmetics are.
Okay, so this is where your skins would come in.
Yeah.
This place sounds like Mario Party.
This is great.
I dig that. That's great.
I need to make a zoom song for a podium finish.
So again, we've got a clip that plays pre-race where you can see your characters in their garage getting ready for the race. We've got the clip after, and again, each time these things appear, there's chances for you to add your own flair to it for your NFTs. So these are the emotes that you can see those emotes scrolling through. We're going to be promoting our sale through the WAXP Ambassador program, so you're probably going to get a pamphlet you'll be used to anyway, and some stuff to give away. So I think it's I'm quite excited to actually make use of the WAXP Ambassador program and see what the response is, because I don't even think maybe too many people on WAXP, the new people, know what Nova Rally is. So hopefully through the WAXP Ambassador program we can get some new people.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm excited for all these updates. Got to check to see if I'm close to upgrading anybody before the charm update. So I don't.
It gets a lot harder to promote stuff. So if you do have stuff close, then get a few last races in, or buy assets that are close to getting promoted. And
have you given any information on how like the scrap will work, as far as like how much scrap do you need to buy a racetrack, and how much scrap will you get for scrapping a common versus an uncommon, or like is that all to be decided and to be announced?
Some of it is to be announced, but I'll try to put as many information out as possible, just so people are aware before they start scrapping.
I at one point bought like 100 of the common drivers, so I've got some stuff to scrap. It was like that was when I was first playing. I was like, well, if the game is figuring out which drivers are the best, I want like 3 of each of them, because then like depending on if I find the right team, I want to be able to upgrade in the next leagues. And I saw a pack of somebody just selling like, I think it was like 60 NFTs for 100 wax or something, and I was like, I'll take it.
So yeah,
so here's some of the skins.
I mean, like, it's amazing how different the same car can look, you know? Like with a different paint job, with a primary, secondary color, with a wrap applied, a texture applied, like. But again, it is important that we don't, in the beginning, just oversaturate and make cosmetics worthless. So it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, that's exciting.
But yeah, that's, I mean, really cool. It's crazy to think how far we've come.
Yeah, like, it's really far.
This is like. And you know, I do make a lot of mistakes, and I am like I have made so many mistakes with a lot of projects I've been involved with, but like I'm still here. Like I don't ever want to abandon ship and go somewhere else. You know, that's what I love doing, and every time I fuck up, I learn something, and hopefully people can appreciate like the journey that we're on, because like we can't do it without all the people playing. You know, so when it is a huge success, and that you'll have known that you were there, right? You were racing in the stress test. You've got some of the OG cosmetics. Like, I want people to be proud to have helped shape the game, because at the first the game wasn't really much, to be honest.
Yeah.
And every couple of months we're making huge strides. So
back in the day, it was you'd play it on blocks.io. You'd go to the
you had to copy paste to stake your assets. Like
oh my god, man! I remember famously saying that we're not going to have a UI for Nova Rally for over a year. I actually said that.
Oh yeah, I remember back in the day.
I'm pretty sure the first time you're on our stream, you're like, Nova Rally will not be a 3D game, and like you talked about you can't play 3D games and it makes you sick. So you're like, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to do that. That doesn't seem like what Nova Rally will be. And like,
yeah, do you know I can play 3D games again? I'm like, I find like, yes. So I play League of Legends now. Like I'm back gaming. So like, yeah, I don't know what's changed in my medical stuff, but like, yeah,
you just had to get this role apparently. You just had to work. You just had to do some eye workouts, and then
I don't know what happened, but yeah, I mean, Nova Rally really gave me a new lease of life, and again, like the part of me didn't think that it was possible, because to be honest, I didn't really know anything about making a 3D game. I know about how smart contracts work and the blockchain works, and I know about I know about working in a large organization for my actual job. I know how, like, you know, to not be like a clown, basically, like half these blockchain people. But I didn't know anything about making a 3D game. And, you know, by chance, I got talking to reality boffins who do have the experience, you know, prototyping like brand new shit and like doing crazy stuff with physics. And they showed me that it's actually not as intimidating as I thought it was going to be. And I was like, wait, I've been wasting this time all along. This is exactly what it should be. And that's what we've started that's what we've been working on for a long time. And again, I didn't think it was going to be possible, but they showed me that it actually is not as hard as you think it's going to be, as long as you've got the right people, because they're as passionate as I am. Because I'm really like, I'm obsessed, and they are absolutely obsessed. They're constantly sending me videos and doing crazy stuff and having fun with it. And that's why I think that it's coming along so well, is because they're having fun with it. And I could have used all the money that we earned and spunked it to some like 3D Unity contractor in some unknown country and had delivered a shit product. But instead,
we've seen that happen a few times.
but instead, we've built something from the ground up. They built this. They didn't just take something and buy a bunch of assets from Unity Asset Store and just fling it in. Like, they handcrafted this shit, you know, like, and
yeah, because you're building for the long term. You know, I think that's the key, is like you're looking for the long term. You're really trying to build this into something more, rather than just let me just throw something out there and so that people are satiated and then just call it a day.
I've had I know for a fact that people have paid Unity developers on Fiverr for their blockchain game, and
oh, no question,
and also artists for all their assets as well.
Yeah, get some clip art and call it a day.
Yep. So, and you know, if there had been a huge clamoring for 3D and I didn't know about it, then, you know, I wouldn't have gone to Fiverr. I'm not a complete total fucking idiot, but I might have considered the possibility of going to a Unity contracting company, and it would have been the worst mistake I've ever made. Like, because you don't get the enthusiasm that the reality boffins guys bring. And that's why I think everyone should check out Station, because that's their own personal project. And they're taking their time with it. And they're making like a lo-fi metaverse, which is fucking cool. And again, because of they bring passion to everything that they do. That's why I like working with them, because they're insane like me.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of them as well. We contracted someone to help turn Neon City into a 3D asset. Spent like 5 months, and they haven't delivered anything to us. And then we sent something to Rob. He got it back to us in like 2 hours. He's just like, "Yeah, that took like 30 minutes. What the fuck were these people you paying doing so?"
Between the two of them, they can literally do everything. Like, it's insane. They do like live performances as well. Like, they literally can do it. They can do it all. Like, they do their own like small festivals where they live. Like, it's crazy. Like, I love working with those guys.
I'm definitely excited for Tourist Station too. I think their multiplayer hub's coming out pretty soon, like where you can go hang out with other people. The bedroom's cool, where you can display your NFTs.
Yeah.
And, like, they also built a thing, if you display a Neon Space NFT, like a little model of Neon City pops up on the table, which is like a nice little Easter egg. That's dope.
But those are the people I want on Wax. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I like the aesthetic a lot on Tourist Station. It looks really cool with like kind of that lo-fi pixel art kind of thing.
It's beautiful. Like, and they've got years worth of lore written and whole stories. There's a whole universe there. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's a real passion project of theirs.
Yeah, you can tell there's the difference. It's like they're doing this because it's like creatively engaging, and they're excited about what they do, rather than like, I'm trying to make money. How do I make money? You know, the creativity, the concept is driving it first. The money comes when you make something you're really proud of. But I feel like that. What is my motivation is certainly hit and miss depending on Wax. You're absolutely right. Like, it really is a journey in this NFT space. It's so immature. We're finding out the boundaries, trying to figure out. Oh, you got a sub. Nice. Oh, General Moses. I know you.
Oh, my man Moses.
Shout out to Shift.
But yeah, I mean, it's like people are just trying to find the boundaries, and we're so early in the space, and you kind of get in your little bubble, and you think this is all normal, and then when you zoom out, you realize like we're really just trying to figure it all out as we go. Neon Space has come a long way in just a year. You know, we learned a lot of things we did wrong, a lot of things we did right. You know, and people appreciate following you along the way too.
Yeah, like you guys are absolutely consistent. Like, and like I love Burst as well. Like, and there's so many great people we have on Wax. We're so lucky because other chains are full of fucking idiots. I think like there's some real talented people. Like oh god, like I mean the 6 p.m. for example, all the stuff he did with Honeycomb. Like holy shit, like that made it so easy. Like there's constantly people innovating, and I just love like I said, we've got Immersus as well. We've got you know,
Mike with WAXP is doing incredible things. WAXP lately,
yeah.
Even just Nefty Blocks, like the amount of innovation Nefty Blocks has done for creators in the last year has been like absurd. If you look on other blockchains, those tools just don't exist.
No, and the fact is that we've got two incredible marketplaces. Like, well, actually, there's NFT Hive as well. Like, they've got
Chain Champs.
Chain Champs with live buying. We're just so lucky to be on Wax and have people that are interested. All of these people, though, you notice that none of these people are really profit orientated.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, they do it because they love it, and that's again, I just think that's why it's so special, the community. I mean, I hope all of them make loads of money eventually, you know, when Wax blows up. But that's not the reason why they got into it. They got into it just because of they get curious. They're full of curious people, and you just want to see what you can create, and you want to see how people react to it. And then all of a sudden, your whole life is just spent just doing all this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that's the blessing in disguise with like kind of this market correction and bear market, is that you know, you can see the people that are really building for the long term, that are sticking around in tough market conditions, and it's kind of scaring off the people that were just
you're seeing all the people that only joined because we were in a bull market last summer. They all fucked off, and like they're not building, and they're not going to have anything to show for it for the next bull market. And I'm hoping they get left behind, and you don't see the same usual suspects ripping people off on Wax again. But I think the market's getting a lot smarter too. Like people are launching things, staking games and land and stuff that last summer, if you launch anything with staking or land in the title, would sell out immediately. And now, like, people are doing that and selling like 7 out of 500 packs. Like, people.
Yeah, you're right. The buyers are becoming more educated. Anymore. You know, consistency is being valued. You know, being able to follow through on your promises is being valued. And so I'm glad that it's shifting in that way. And the people who just jump in and throw out the buzzwords, like Lou said, are being rewarded less and less. You know, it's a process, but it's certainly, you can see the trend going in a good direction.
Yeah, I can't wait to see everything die, and then from the ashes,
Space farming tales. You know,
the phoenix rises from the ashes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually defend Sammy. There are some people that are pretty negative on Sammy in the space, especially in the Team NFT server, the old Promo R Planet server. A lot of those people are salty, but
I can understand why. I made a lot of mistakes. Like,
and I would say that
Olive Land has not been done very well. The gaming side by me, it's been I'll be honest, it's been a fiasco. But like I'm still working on it. I'm just bad.
My defense is also always that like you delivered what you said you'd deliver. Like the people that are mad that they lost money on Nova Rally, it's like, you don't control the speculation of the aftermarket and the fact that people thought they were going to get rich printing snake oil, like, and that's the only reason they bought it in the game. And then like when the asset prices crashed and they bought it at the peak, it's like, that's not his fault. Like he delivered what he said he'd deliver, and then people didn't want to play it as much as the speculation was, and the price went down. That's like, you still built. And also, as I said it earlier, like you never said you're going to deliver a 3D game. Like that was never the original pitch. So like, in my opinion, you're over delivering, not under delivering. There's a lot of people that like raise money and don't even deliver the product they said they're going to deliver. Like you not only deliver the product you said you would deliver, but now you're like expanding on that in a way that I didn't ever think would happen. So I don't think like you're in the same realm of all the people that they bitch about in there personally. And I don't know. I usually go out of my way to defend you because I think you're one of the better creators on Wax, and we need more people like you and less people that are only interested in the money and the ROI stuff.
I do appreciate. I do it does make me feel down that I've like let people down, or people feel that I've let them down, and I do make a lot of mistakes. I'm really not that smart of a person. Like honestly, I'm really not that smart. I'm just very enthusiastic, and I work hard, and I'm not like in some areas I'm not the perfect. No one's ever done this blockchain project thing before, so you do need to give project leaders a little bit of wiggle room, because they, it's not as if it's an exact science. Like, we delivered Nova Rally, and some parts of it people just didn't find fun, and that's fair enough. It's first ever blockchain game, and and then I made mistakes trying to get it to the next level, kept changing my mind about what I want it to be, and now with the 3D bit, I'm set on what it needs to be. And we've got a lot of ideas, and we've got a plan, and and I've got a lot of interest from people outside of WAXP. This is like, how do we play this game? So I think we're onto something. But
I also think
fucked up a lot
something
of
you do that other people don't do is you learn from your mistakes, and like partnering.
I wouldn't
with
go that far.
is great, because like I would say that like one of the things people complain about is like the token economy, and there just wasn't enough sinks for the tokens. But I think like partnering with machinations and like seeing the simulations of it all working out, like you're moving forward in a way that you're not just like trying to do the same thing over and over again and failing. Like you're partnering with people that know what they're doing in that sense. So like, I don't know, knowing where your weaknesses are and being able to like identify that and then hire people to help you with that alone is like, a lot of people are missing that, and they just like keep making the same mistakes over and over and think they can do everything themselves. So I do think like you're trying to correct the stuff that you don't know how to do by finding people that are experts in that field, and that's like very good, and not enough people are doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nature of the space is changing constantly too. The ecosystem that we're in, what people are interested in, like what the tools that are available is constantly changing. So being able to adapt and be flexible with these things is part of finding success.
We've also made a bunch of mistakes, like, and then we spend time trying to correct the mistakes instead of just like abandoning them. Like our mint structure was totally out of whack when we launched. We're doing like 1,700 of each common card, and now like on our new launches there's 300 of each common. So like we've very drastically reduced, because we didn't understand like the demand for collectibles on WAXP, and like I don't know, it's hard to do the stuff perfect, but like the difference is we stuck around and tried to fix it instead of just being like, okay, we're going to abandon this project and start another one because it didn't work out, which is like what some creators
very common,
do,
isn't it?
I'm looking at you, legend.
But let's move on to some giveaways. I got some Nova Rally stuff. Got a few starter packs. We got 2 drivers and a car we'll give away for the first place. I'm not sure if any of these combos are better than other ones, but maybe I'll just do them randomly in order. Oh, somebody sent us mint 1 of a couple Cosmos 11s.
Oh, nice.
I've been playing a bunch of Cosmos lately. I like that game.
Yeah, I think that's a hard thing in not even just NFTs, but just in general, is being able to take feedback, to take constructive criticism and not take it personally. I think it's easier said than done. So I commend Sammy for that as well, because particularly in these Discord servers, there's plenty of examples where certain projects, people will start getting frustrated and angry, and they give their feedback, and then they just kind of get banned or timed out or just kind of ignored, and then then slowly you just create this echo chamber where you're not really hearing any real feedback, and everyone's just telling each other what they want to hear, because they're probably just trying to pump each other's bags so they can flip it, and that isn't a healthy space for particularly a very community driven kind of industry like NFTs.
It's also hard to run a project. Like unless you've run your own project, you can't really like totally speak on, you're like, oh, this person fucked up. It's like, we fucked up and we didn't make a game. We just made collectibles. So if we had made a game, we would have created too many commons, and that would have broken our staking economy, and it would have like spiraled into more and more problems. But like, yeah, it's like way easier to run a collectible brand, and we even screwed that up. So like, I don't know, trying to make your first ever blockchain game, there's no way that's just going to go 100% smoothly.
Hard things are hard, y'all.
Yeah, like I think I think in hindsight, if another me came along and tried to do Nova Rally again, I'd be very skeptical of this person because I'd be like, well, what experience do you have making a game? None. You know, like how many successful businesses have you run? None. All my businesses failed when I was younger, and I said, you know what? I'm never ever gonna make another business. I'm not cut out for this.
What kind of businesses did you do? I'm curious now.
I used to do loads of stupid stuff. I used to like drop ship things. I used to I had one website where it combined all the guest lists in clubs in Glasgow. So because the reps used to make a fortune, they get paid per person they get on the guest list for the club. So I made this website that was just allow you to get on the guest list of any club from your Facebook. And the idea was to farm the revenue basically from the guest list. But then turns out like the clubs are dodgy and they don't always pay you. So we used to just do stuff for fun. I used to go out at 3 a.m. in the morning and sell jumpers to people come out of clubs. Like this fucking stupid stuff. Like, I studied entrepreneurship at university for 3 years, and then I majored in my main, which is business technology. But those were fun days. But then I kind of just enjoyed the steady job. But then Nova Rally, the idea of it, I had so much fun with it, and I was like, okay, well, guess we're running a business again, and by far the largest I've ever come across, and literally a business worth a lot of money, and it's been an experience, and yeah, it's crazy. I'm very, very thankful to have the experience, but there's so many things I know I could have done better, and I am frustrated. But that's the thing; you can't go back and redo them, unfortunately.
Entrepreneurship is kind of fun. It's fun because it's and there's a lot of accountability, but there's a lot of space, right? Because the creativity is entirely driven by you and the team around you, right? So you can do you get as much as you put into it, and in that way it can be kind of overwhelming because it's very ambiguous. It's like, okay, here I am, got a business. What do I do? No one's here to tell me what to do or how to do it.
But yeah, I remember some people in the community were helping with some things, and one of the guys joined me on a call, and he only knows me from streaming, and he said to me after the call, he's like, whoa, hang on a sec, I didn't realize you kind of was like, oh, you actually gave me a lot of confidence that you know what you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, no, I have a job, I'm not just an idiot streamer, I know how to do this stuff. Sometimes I come across as an idiot. And that's just part of having fun on stream. But yeah, running a business is incredibly difficult. Nova Rally is beautiful, and it's very, very stressful. And
it's empowering too, because you built this out of an idea, right? It's empowering in the sense that you took this idea, you took this concept, and you found ways to get from point A to point B. And I guess it's empowering when you pull it off. It's frustrating when you don't, and it's all part of the journey. But I find the creative process of that and the trial and error really fascinating in kind of a very peaks and valleys, highs and lows kind of way. Yeah. But I think it's an interesting experience for sure.
There is a sense of responsibility though that I feel in that originally it was meant to be something for my community to play and enjoy in conjunction with Alien Worlds. That's how it started, and it suddenly blew up, and there was a crossroads. I was like, right, I either need to just tell people listen, this is not what you think it's going to be, or I'm like, let's see where this goes.
Just lean into it. Yeah.
Part of it is on my shoulders because I made the conscious decision. Fuck it, we're going to do this. And I don't have the experience in all of the necessary areas, and that's why I've had to try and bring more people on board. But at that moment where I made that decision, I was like, whoa, this could go badly, I was very aware that we were almost certainly going to raise a hell of a lot of money, more than I've probably ever seen in my life. I'm like, can we really do this blockchain thing? I thought, fuck it, we can do it. And
yeah.
But yeah, luckily I've got experts in every single corner. You don't really see them, but we have a team of 14 people that work on Nova Rally. The smart contracts, they are there's a whole team of people. We got a game designer. there's a whole cast of people, but they just don't like to be up and center. They're not like, that's not their style. That's my style. So I'm happy to take
Rob,
criticism.
Rob is doing such amazing work, and Rob isn't like a super vocal person on Wax as far as like I don't know. A lot of people might not know the good work he's doing, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are killing it on a bunch of projects.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a good thing to be like. I don't want to be the center of attention. That's not my goal. It's just someone needs to always be up front, and I'm happy to take everything on the chin. And even if it's not my fault, like I accept it, and I just say, like, I know sometimes people are saying to me like, you know, why have you done this? And then like, you've really fucked up here. And I'm actually thinking, well, you know, a couple of people let me down, but I'm not going to throw them under the bus. I'm a leader. I run this business. Therefore, I am responsible for everything. So stuff does frustrate me because everyone just thinks everything is my fault. And I sometimes like that part of me really wants to argue back and go, well, if you actually knew the situation, but I'm like, no. I accepted this responsibility. I accepted over $500,000 in sales. Everything is on my shoulders. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just working on it.
All right, I'm the KY has a question. He said, is there a use for more than one renting license?
Yes, the benefits stack. So you'll earn more charm the more renting licenses you own, and also when the renting system is eventually in place, you'll get a bonus for owning multiple licenses.
Big Glitch says Sammy convinced us to buy gear and start streaming. Ready for the Nova Tech stream Q&A. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
That will be awesome.
Yeah, we're feeling it out too. I mean, Max and I argued about ham versus turkey for a good 30 minutes the other day, and you know, sometimes you wonder, like, man, do 40 people really want to watch this? And apparently they do.
And where do you fall on that one, by the way, Sammy?
Turkey.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Like, I'm a stats man. I'm a stats man. Turkey, more protein, less fat. Great taste.
It's okay, but you're wrong.
We're gonna start implementing food. We're gonna try out Food Fight Fridays, where we just argue foods back and forth.
I did not expect you to come in with turkey.
Max and I are on Team Ham.
Actually, I was a ham as a youngster, but now I'm a stats man. Turkey all the way. Turkey, lean, lots of protein. Good for you.
Yeah,
does it taste better?
Well, it soaks up moisture very well. So turkey and gravy, mwah, very good.
Yeah, because it's so dry.
Yeah,
dark meat. The dark meat is not dry.
All right, we don't need to bring this up.
Yeah, we'll just calm down a little bit right now.
Let's get into a race. This first marble race, we will do the Ravager, Otis, Carlton, Daniels, and Steven. You'll get a starter pack for Nova Rally if you win. You have a team that you can race.
That's a strong name, Otis, Carlton, Daniels.
OCD, baby.
Oh, nice. But yeah, Sammy, I keep meaning to talk to you, but I'm gonna re-implement the creators poker again.
I'm gonna do the marble intro before you get into this. It's gonna be loud and it's gonna cut us off, but turn down your volumes if you don't want to get blasted, or if you do want to get blasted, and leave it where it's at. Here we
go. Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, now you can ask about poker.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to plan that for a while, and then I've been getting caught up with all the restaurant things. So anyway, I'll get back to you on that one and try and have that in here.
Let's do another poker. I was obsessed with it. It used to be every evening Nova Rally Discord we'd be doing poker. Then I'd join you guys for some poker. I was obsessed because there wasn't really much going on. Like I was still at my parents' and it was like still COVID. Now like I'm doing more things, trying to have a healthy work-life balance if it's possible. So, but I still love poker. I'd love to play more.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and mix up. It's a fun excuse to kind of mix up the cast and just give different creators, and it's fun to like get to know other people in the space. It's really fascinating. Even in a year, we've gotten to know so many different projects. Some have come and go, and some have stayed around. But I I'm pretty sure I can get Mike from Wax Studios too. I started talking to him, so it'll be pretty fun to see who we can get in the same room and see where it goes. But
Yeah, it'd be fun.
yeah, I'm going to pick up an ice machine here from someone off Facebook Marketplace. So if I don't show up tomorrow on stream, I got axe murdered in an alleyway. But it's a really good deal.
Look for me in the ice machine.
Yeah, exactly. It's a built-in device to hide the body.
Similar to you, Sammy, we like to be goofy and talk about fun stuff on stream, but I don't think everybody realizes that like Max and I were independent contractors. We ran our own businesses for like, I don't know, like 5-7 years before we got into the NFT space, and Mark's opening his own restaurant and like doing all the business side of that. So like, even though we do just like to argue about ham versus turkey, it seemed like goofy dudes, you know, like.
You guys
We're
are
not that smart either, but we do have some expertise.
Guys, I will guarantee for all the people watching Neon Space that these 3 people here are more qualified to run blockchains than some people that run blockchains. 100%. 100%. The amount of people that run blockchains that are fucking idiots. It's unbelievable. The whole space is like, the whole blockchain space is a bit of a joke. It's full of people only interested in making money. Like, these people have real experience and they're down to earth. Like, so many people annoy me.
Yeah, it's like tech bros trying to reinvent finance.
I know.
Yeah, they just win. They made a little bit of money off GameStop, and all of a sudden they're a genius. Yeah, we're Max. Have you decided? I'm 100% in on mac and cheese, and you're waffling on what your counterpart's gonna be.
Your counterpart argument would have gotten smashed so fucking hard. Your first would.
I mean, yeah, my first thought counterpart.
What did you say? Like noodles with like spices on them?
Yeah, with like eggs scrambled into them, and
like, I mean, if you want to do like carbonara or like spaghetti and meatballs or lasagna, I mean, those are all kind of similar pasta dishes.
Well, I would see like for sides, I'd say like mashed potatoes or like what's another side you would get instead of macaroni?
Well, I feel like that's part of the argument is that like if you were to choose mashed potatoes, I would say, well, mashed potatoes you can't eat alone, whereas mac and cheese can be an entree and a side. Which is the strength of the argument.
Mashed potatoes by itself. I think a big ass pot of mashed potatoes with a bunch of vegetables in it, and we'll eat that shit for like a week straight. But I'm weird with what I eat. Baggy Hodler, congrats! Got yourself a starter pack.
The dinner I had today, saddest dinner of all time.
What was
I've had an absolute shocker. Yesterday, I nearly killed myself because I left the stove on for like 12 hours. And today, I left the fridge open slightly and all my food was warm. So the only thing I had was I had eggs, and then I also had noodles. The problem is that the noodles were egg noodles. So I essentially had egg and egg for dinner.
Nice.
Egg two ways.
Tasted fucking horrible.
Do you just scramble eggs into your noodles? Is that like, it's pretty good, right?
It did the job. It was okay.
Yeah, see, there's a difference between it did the job and it's good.
It does the job.
Sammy's idea of the saddest dinner of all time is Max's preferred side to mac and cheese.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
how do you like mac? You like mac and cheese?
Do you not want to be happy, or do you just want to feed yourself so you don't die?
I just want to feed myself so I don't die. I am learning how to cook, but it's a series of epic failures. Like, I genuinely think I should just give up the Nova Rally thing and attach a GoPro and do a cooking show. I think millions of people would watch and they would think, how can such a fucking idiot actually live?
Yeah, I mean, they have TV shows. There was a TV show here in the States that was like Worst Cooks in America, and they had these professional chefs like watch these. They would give them, all right, you got to cook like steak and potatoes, and all these people that have no idea how to cook, and they just watch them fail at it on TV.
I won't give up though. I'm just slowly making one tasteless dish at a time, setting off the smoke alarm every single night. My neighbors love me, and I'll never give in.
Yeah, see, like I'm opening the restaurant and stuff. What I make for other people is way better than what I make for myself.
Really?
If I cook for someone else, I'm like, I want the plate all nice. I get like really creative. For myself, I'm just like, yeah, throw some chicken, some rice, put some fucking onions in there, call it good. Onions and garlic, yada yada, whatever. Just throw slop on a plate. I don't care.
Scramble some eggs into noodles.
I do not do that. I do not.
It's a sad life I live.
Like carbonara, you like whisk eggs in, but you don't like just put scrambled eggs on top of pasta. It's just weird.
You scramble them into the pasta. So yeah, you whisk them into the.
So,
like, I guess.
A fried egg is also good in mac and cheese.
Yeah,
it's true. That is true.
Fried egg's good on anything.
Paul is a good cook. Paul, I can confirm that
Paul does most of the cooking too. Yeah, I'll make
Neither
some
of you guys do
breakfast
most of
food.
the cooking. You eat out more than you cook yourself.
We eat out a lot, yeah.
By like a very large margin.
But when it comes to cooking, Paul still cooks more than me.
Yeah, Paul does some pretty badass dishes.
He's pretty
All
good at like. Oh yeah, go on.
Next giveaway, we'll do a spate, snout, and sear. This three-pack starter kit for Nova Rally. And exclamation point play if you'd like to join the giveaway. Italian here, I'm screaming. Are we blasphemous over here?
I got.
The thing I want to get into is I want to start making pasta. Like making pasta is something I'd like to do, especially because I haven't been eating gluten, so like buying gluten-free pasta isn't always the best. But if like you make it yourself, then you can use like any type of flour you want. You can use like rice flour or different stuff, and probably make higher quality product. But,
yeah, I feel like making pasta. I've tried it like twice with Paul. We made it like from scratch, and it was always like. Not as good as just regular pasta.
mine's partially because
and a lot of work.
Not because I think I can do better than people that make it professionally.
The pasta we made was pretty weak, and it was so much work. It was like about as good as like any pasta that you'd buy at the store for like 45 cents, and it was like 4 hours of work to make it from scratch.
Yeah, making your own pasta is certainly a labor of love. I feel like you want it to taste good because you put so much time into it, but I think fresh pasta is distinctly better.
It objectively wasn't like that, like worth it. I felt like the time.
Oh, I disagree. I think fresh pasta definitely tastes different in a better degree. Now,
I feel like maybe if someone who makes it who's better at cooking.
The cost benefit of the time you put in is definitely, you could weigh that in. It takes quite a bit of time to make your own pasta, but I'd say it's worth it.
My dinners are pretty sad. I think my dinners might be sadder than yours, Sammy.
No way.
Lately, it's been, what is it? Green beans, peas, and carrots. That's my entire dinner.
What? How do you survive?
Lemon juice and olive oil and salt and pepper.
Why even literally
a giant ass bag of it. It's like a pile of it on a plate.
I've been having like with you?
I can tell you what's wrong with me. I either have like IBS or Crohn's disease. Like, I have severe stomach problems right now, so I can't eat gluten. I can't eat dairy. I can't eat I'm on a low FODMAP diet, so like I can't eat onions or garlic, or like the amount of shit I can't eat is more than the shit I can't eat. So it's just like
and all the good stuff off the table.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not what I was choosing to eat before that. But my dinners have been pretty sad lately. I've got a colonoscopy next week, so I'm excited for them to hopefully diagnose and give me some sort of medicine that can make me not eat the worst food ever.
You started drinking your meals yet?
You could do like zucchini noodles. I feel like you could make like veggie noodles pretty easily to make like a zucchini pasta or something.
Yeah, so I was talking about like the reason I want to make my own pasta is not because I think I can do better, but because like you can just use different types of flour, and then I can use like, gluten alternatives to make my own pasta. But I do eat some gluten-free pasta, and I eat some. The hard part's the pasta sauce, because like you can't really get pasta sauce without garlic in it. That's like one of the main ingredients. I'm not supposed to eat garlic, so
yeah,
I'll start making my own pasta sauce as well. And that's like, to make anything, I have to do all these substitutes, so I can't make pre-made anything, and like that's why I end up just eating the most plain shit. Is because like, buying pre-made anything doesn't really work for me.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Congrats to Lily Toniki. Use nut flowers.
Yeah, there's like almond flowers that are pretty good, or like, I mean, you can do like potato flour too. That is like starchy without like having gluten in it.
Random King asks Max where he's buying 45-cent pasta. Max is like, "What do you go to the store and buy a gallon of milk for $15?" He doesn't know.
Yeah, how much could a banana cost, Michael? $10.
45 cents on sale. It's maybe like 85 to 90 cents. Probably like $1.50 at this point.
Well, you know, Front Street Market's a dollar store now, so probably
Oh, really?
Dollar store, yeah.
Huh.
I think you can get pasta for like $1, but 45 cents I think is a little low.
The 45 cents pack is like the half size pack. That's just like mostly empty.
Big Lots ramen. I feel like ramen you can get for pretty damn cheap still, right?
You can get like a cup of
think
noodles for like
still
20, 28 cents.
Quarter, yeah. Remember you could get like 10 for 10. It was like 10 cents a piece or whatever. Probably like 20 cents now or something.
Honestly, haven't had ramen in so long. It's like pretty damn bad. Like I
It's
can't believe how
super
much I
salty,
used to eat
yeah.
when I was younger. There's
Yeah, when we were in college, like our friends used to do ramen bombs, and like they would
I
do,
used to do that.
they would do like ramen, and then you would put instant mashed potatoes in it,
Yeah.
and then the instant mashed potatoes would mix with the broth instead of just water, and then you would basically have this cement like noodles with like potatoes. But when you're poor college student, you know, you could eat like one of those a day, and it would cost you like 50 cents.
One brick.
Yeah. It was super filling, and also I feel like 100% of the time when those were made, we were drunk. Like, not sure if I've ever had a ramen bomb sober, but it's a good drunk snack.
A ramen bomb. I've never had that.
Yeah.
But
Hey, you do like an
I don't-
egg in it, you do instant mashed potatoes, good to go.
oh, an egg even. Okay.
Oh, now Max is intrigued.
It's basically just
Oh,
the
he's gonna have
broth
the
from
egg.
your ramen gets absorbed by the instant mashed potatoes, so you're just eating like salty ass fucking MSG mashed potatoes with the noodles
Yeah.
in there, and it's
Yeah, it's
gnarly.
probably
but
like 10 times the amount of soda you should have per day.
All right, last race we're gonna do a Serpent, Viva, and George Square. George Square is my favorite character, so shouts out to George.
Looks
a
like
little
nearly
cassette
did-
tape.
He nearly didn't make it into the game.
Is that like Mr. Game & Watch's dad?
I love Mr. Game.
Are you winning, son?
George Square nearly didn't make it into the game.
That would have
I
been a
said-
shame.
I sent
He's
all
the
the
best.
characters of the artists, and the artists thought that it was so dumb that they refused to do it initially. They were like, "Why is this character in the game? The rest look really cool. This one looks shit. We're not drawing a square." And I was like, "No, but that's the point. Like, that's the point. It's funny."
Yeah, I think it's
a
pretty
square.
funny. And the mustache really makes it.
Yeah, he's so good. To be fair, they've done a really good job with him.
It'd also be fun to see him on the podium, like next to those cool looking aliens, just like, and then here's George Square, the winner.
I know. I'm always joking that George Square has like the biggest like sex appeal and like fan following.
He's got me on board.
That mustache, man, you'd love it.
Team Square.
I thought he was supposed to be a cassette tape. I don't know if that was intentional or unintentional, but he's like a rectangle with like
Oh, yeah.
the circles and then the lines with his glasses going into the circles looks like a cassette tape. That's why I like him. That could have been unintentional, but I pair him with MTV a lot of the time. I'm like, MTV with the cassette tape, let's go.
Yeah, to this day, no one actually still knows how Nova Rally works. Like, the logic hasn't been figured out, but it doesn't really matter because you can just run the output. Like, you just machine learn the outcome and you know what the best percentages are. But the actual, like, the secret behind Nova Rally still exists. So one stream will be fun to explain to people how it works.
You think it'll be broken after the update where all the information gets displayed?
Well, the algorithm completely changes, so this one becomes irrelevant. This one was just meant for fun. I'm
Is
surprised
it, like,
it's
built into the
held up, to
lore or
be honest.
something? Like, is there certain like characters that connect with one another if you pay attention right or something?
Yeah, there's like clues in the characters,
like in the artwork,
in the artwork, and like in the names of some of the NFTs. There's clues, but no one figured it out. I'm greatly disappointed that no one
Dilly
figured
and
it out.
Dally are probably homies, right?
Well, that was the whole point, was to make one easy combination for people to pick up on and realize that certain combos.
And that shows the pattern, huh?
Yeah. So that the whole point of Dilly Dally was to teach people about the game without them knowing, because people would be like, oh, Dilly Dally must go together, and then you got to wonder, okay, well, who else might go together?
Like what? Like would it be like Ooze and Squatorn? Because like that looks like he has like ooze in him, or he's like holding like a beaker or something.
No. Ooze is kind of shit, to be honest. I race with Ooze because he's one of my favorite characters, but like we've tried a few different things, buffs with him, but he still hasn't. He's not really mainstream.
Ooze isn't meta right now.
No.
So maybe
but
next
I race Squat on Ooze just because I like them, but then I'm sure I could do better with it.
Tarsier and the King have like similar postures. They look kind of similar, and their background looks similar.
Yeah, some of them have like wacky mechanics, like perks and stuff, like really cool stuff. But again, I think maybe it would have made more sense if I'd just explained how it works before it all started. But I took this decision, and I'm gonna die on my hill.
It all starts with Spate, huh?
Ooh, Teddy Shouts just barely edged out Willowbard. Congrats. Dilly and Dally are incestuous bro and sis.
Don't say that. Don't sexualize.
Edward's writing his own fan fiction over there.
Don't ruin my images of my characters, please. Just because you own the NFTs doesn't mean you can butcher my lore. Leave them alone. They're just
they had a very wholesome upbringing.
Exactly. They're great people. They pay their taxes. They vote.
They don't go slow in the left lane. You know, they're very stand-up people.
Boom, Teddy Shouts. All right, well, I think that concludes the giveaway portion of our stream. I'm not sure if we showed it off on stream yet, but tomorrow we got Cosmos coming on.
Oh, I love Champa. He's such a good
Champa's
guy.
coming on, and we have a collab piece with them coming out that looks like this.
He messaged me while we were on the stream, actually.
Oh yeah.
I love talking to him. He again, he's another person that's in it for the right reasons.
I think we'll be minting.
Yeah.
Are you good to mint this today, Mark? Or have you written lore or whatever for this yet?
No, but I will. Or I'll talk to you after the stream about it.
Yeah, I was hoping to give some of these away on stream with Champa tomorrow. So
yeah,
hopefully we can get together after this and figure it out. But it's pretty
Yeah.
much done. So
Yeah, I think we're there.
that'll be tomorrow, same time. So if anybody's interested in learning more about Cosmos 11, which I'm excited, I haven't actually talked to Champa before. We'll be doing that tomorrow. And Sammy, do you have any closing remarks or things to promote?
I'm not very good at promoting. Just give Nova Rally a try. Like, it's a good time when this charm update hits. Start collecting some charm. Be part of a racing team. Like, we're always going to be trying to do fun stuff. And again, I appreciate like the enthusiasm that you guys have for the game. Like, yeah, and also like, you know, the kind things you say about the game. So I do appreciate it. I always enjoy speaking to you guys. I feel like we all have very similar opinions when it comes to blockchain and wax. And again, people I enjoy hanging out with.
I'm really excited for the 3D update. That's what I've been waiting for. I'm like, I want to watch my guys friggin' shred around the track and crash and stuff. I think that's going to bring a whole new element of fun to the game. And also, again, as streamers, like, gives us content, which I think is great because there's not enough of that on Wax.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited for that too. It looks like Zed Run, but way cooler.
So hopefully all these crazy things that we're developing and taking so much time with eventually all do come together, and it's just like it makes it fulfills the expectation of people. So I'm hoping that it works out. I really enjoy working on it. But yeah, again, thank you to everyone in the chat. Hopefully I'll be racing against you in the next couple of days, and hopefully you'll be owning NFTs of the Neon Space, the car wrap. So in the future, that'd be good.
Yeah, I gotta get some of those.
And you said the first sale is September. Is it September 1st?
September 1st, yeah. So everyone in the Wax Ambassador program will be getting information about it. Again, it's just cosmetic. You don't need to buy it, but if you're not already in Nova Rally, it's a chance to get some of the OG skins. And again, like I'm not expecting to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I really don't care how much we make. It's more about just getting our first batch of cosmetics out there and just seeing what happens with the cosmetics.
You don't have to buy cosmetics. But I will make fun of you for looking like a noob if you're running the noob skin. So,
like, if you're winning without cosmetics, are you really winning? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, you just want to get them out there so other people can see them, and then be like, I want to have that too.
It's like that meme where, where they're on the podium and they cut to the guy, like, biting his medal, like, kissing his wife and, like, having an amazing time. And then they zoom out and he's in third place.
Yeah.
That's basically it. You can't have someone on third place out-celebrate you.
I think Toon is trolling us here. Will there be airdrops for lifetime memberships?
No, there is. That's the whole point of the lifetime membership NFT will get you free packs from. You won't need to buy packs.
Wait, how do you get a lifetime membership NFT?
We sold them in the rent. Well, no, we didn't sell them. That they came as a unique, rare drop in the renting license sale. So some people got lifetime memberships, which literally entitle you to every single pack that we ever release. So it's pretty bold. Some may argue it's stupid, but I don't care. Like, again, that's for people that really supported us when we needed
5,000 wax. If you're into it. On the aftermarket.
Yeah, there's still some in the packs unopened.
All right, well, let's get into buying the dip. Everybody's favorite song we play on every stream.
Yeah, I've been missing
wax for a pack attempt. That's a pretty big gamble there.
Yeah,
I guess that's only like $20 now. That there's wax up today.
Everything's kind of like doing this little retest. I think we're up a little bit.
$220 or $22. That's not that bad if you think of it in the terms of fiat. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Sammy. It was fun. Definitely want to have you back on. Maybe when the 3D is closer to being live or is going live. And I'm sure we'll talk about, since we're Wax Ambassadors, we'll be talking about the cosmetic sale, which I'm excited for. Do you have prices for the cosmetic sale yet?
I'm still doing a little bit of research with people and what they think is
okay.
We don't want to make things too expensive. We need to hit a sweet spot, so I'm still figuring out what we're going to do. But again, thanks for the feedback as well. Like the Reality Boffins guys were messaging me while you were talking and suggesting ideas that some of the stuff they really loved, and they were like, "Oh, can we do this? Can we do this?" So, yeah, I think again, I appreciate you guys' feedback because I think you're content creators and you're the people that I kind of want to be happy. Because if you're happy showing Nova Rally, then I'm happy. So,
for sure, I'm excited for it. All right, well, here comes Buying the Dip. It's a song we play every stream. This is not financial advice. This is just for fun, and then we will raid into somebody that'll find.
Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you, with you. Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
First of all this whining by Wall Street is making me sick. 140% of GameStop was short. GameStop was short. You can't allow Wall Street to short 75% of a stock, crush these companies into the dirt, thousands of stocks into the dirt. Then when the individual makes money, everyone's entrepreneurs. I have a kid who bought a house, paid $50,000 and bought a house. After decades of the shorts, you have to accept the fact that individual investors are playing the same game that you're playing and now you're losing.
Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on,
All right, everybody, we're going to rate into Burst of Energy. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you tomorrow for Cosmos 11. But catch you next time. Peace.